everyone, and welcome to the second series of Food from Our Homeland. My name is Corina, and this is my colleague Florine here today. We both work at the Multicultural Community Council of South Australia, and we're doing this program in collaboration with Wellbeing SA.
Today I'm going to cook Dal Makhani and Jeera Rice. Dal Makhani is from the northern part of India. It originated from Punjab, but it is a very popular dish in India and cooked and eaten by all people from all over India. Dal Makhani means, dal means lentils and makhani means makhan. Makhan is a word for butter. So it's buttered dal. Traditionally it was made with loads of butter because it was a dish that was made only on occasions. Yeah. Like for birthdays or anniversaries or something. But now it's kind of a regular dish, so we use less of butter. And while making the dish, I will let you know what are the options you can use to make it more healthier. Now to start with the dish, we'll use 1 cup of black lentils. Now black lentils is also known as urad dal in Hindi, and this is available in any of the Indian stores that you go to. So you need 1 cup of black lentils, and you need half a cup or handful of red kidney beans. Then you got to wash this thoroughly, and because this black lentils, they are quite black and there's a lot of dirt on it, so you really need to scrub and wash it, and wash it thoroughly and soak it overnight. I soak it in hot water so it softens earlier, like in 5 to 6 hours. Now I've already soaked the lentils, and if you see here, they are soaked and clean, and you can see they turn green now.
They turn green, yeah.
This is the dry lentils, and once you soak it overnight, it turns like this. So what we'll do now is boil these lentils. Okay. We pour it in hot water. Now this dish you can boil it in a pressure cooker, because pressure cooker boils faster. Yeah. And you can boil it for 20 minutes in pressure cooker. But if you're boiling in a pot, you need to boil it for 30 to 40 minutes until the lentils get squishy. You can squish them with your fingers. Yeah. So right now we are boiling the lentils. Usually Dal Makhani is eaten either with Jeera rice or with paratha in India. So today with Dal Makhani we'll make Jeera rice. Okay. So I've taken 1 cup of basmati rice. Yeah. And we'll wash it and we'll soak it for about 5 minutes.
Is there any specific tip for rice, like why you chose that one? Any particular reason?
Basmati rice is it cooks faster, and secondly it does not have that sticky starch in it. Yeah. So when you cook it, the rice is fluffy. Oh yeah. So that's the reason we cook in basmati rice. Now this rice, I'll just soak it a little bit. Now Jeera rice means cumin flavored rice. Oh. Jeera means cumin. So it's a cumin flavored rice, fairly easy to make. And while this is boiling and cooking, we'll make the rice. Now to make this rice, we'll take 1 tablespoon of clarified butter, also known as ghee in India. So this is like coconut oil, it freezes in winter. Yeah. It's kind of freezes, and it's only at room temperature you have it like in a liquid form. Yeah. We let it warm and melt. So we'll just flavor it with some spices. Yeah. 1 bay leaf.
Bay leaf, okay.
And then I'll put 3 or 4 cloves. Yes. And then we use pepper, black pepper. And then we use cinnamon.
Is there a specific number or?
Just ½ inch of cinnamon.
Okay.
Not much. Yeah. And then cardamom. You can use 2 pods of cardamom. Yeah. And we just let it roast the spices. Now that these are little roasted, we'll add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Okay. The main ingredient.
Small one.
Besides rice.
T1?
Yes, please. So we just add 1 teaspoon of cumin seed. and wait for it to splutter. So now that the cumin seeds are sputtering,
Yeah.
we put the rice in.
Oh wow. Be careful.
And we fry it a bit.
Smells really nice. Delicious.
Yeah. So we fry it up. It's the spices.
Yeah.
They're aromatic. So we fry it, we saute it like for a minute. Now with rice, to get this rice fluffy, so for every cup of rice, you use 2 cups of water.
Oh, okay.
Not more, or else it kind of gets mushy.
Yeah.
So it's only
you
2
want it
cups of water, which will make the rice nice and fluffy. So now the rice is coated with oil and is fried a bit, so we can add water to it. So I'll add 2 cups of water. And add hot water so it cooks faster,
Yeah.
and 2 cups.
I'll take this back for you.
Thank you. So now we let this cook. Oopsie. This needs to cook on a medium flame. So now if you see, our dal is cooked over here, the lentils. If you see, I can
Yeah.
mash it between my
Feel the
fingers.
inside
So
is
this is
coming
how
out.
it should be.
Yeah.
It has to really cook. So that's how.
And the lentil has to be like.
Yeah, even the
really
lentil.
mashed, or?
Yeah, it has to mash.
Yeah.
So we'll just add a little water to it. We have some water left here. Now the main part of this dal is it has to be really creamy. So we'll now make the masala in this dish.
Yeah.
We add now 1 tablespoon of clarified butter.
Yeah.
So now that the oil is hot, we need 1 onion, finely chopped onions. I've already chopped the onions over here. So we put this onions. So with the onions, I'll add 1 bay leaf. Now this is optional. You don't need to add if you don't want to add. It's optional, but I'll add 1. And then cardamoms is also optional in this dish, but I'll just add 1 to flavor it.
Yeah.
Now we got to fry the onions till they are golden brown.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be raw, so we fry them well. And you can see our dal is still boiling.
Yeah.
We just have to occasionally stir it.
So do you keep boiling it to reduce or to get thick or to reduce the water amount? How long do you keep it
I want
boiling?
it to be thick.
Yeah.
It's getting thicker if you see now. So we'll smash it more when we add it to this.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm from Mumbai and my parents are from south of India. But Mumbai being a cosmopolitan city, we have dishes from all over India.
Yeah.
We make from all over India because like my friends that I have in Mumbai belong to different parts of the country. So I whatever dish I like, then I start making it at home. And I like Dal Makhani. It's a real good dish, full of flavor. So a little on the richer side. Yeah. But it's nice to make when you have friends over.
Can you find these ingredients in other than Indian shops?
Indian cuisine is very popular now, so you find all the ingredients all over the place. When I first came to Australia, I got all the spices from India. I was afraid that I wouldn't find them here. And we Indians do that.
Yeah.
If the government would allow, you would have seen all of us getting food, bags and bags of food over here. We are very
when
we
you
love
go home,
food.
you just bring home.
Yeah, we love food, and my mom was very worried that what will I eat. So she got the spices.
Yeah.
So I got all the spices.
Moms always think
Yeah.
overthink.
And there are so many Indian stores over here. So yeah, I feel at home, very much at home here.
Yeah.
Now the onions are nicely fried.
Yeah.
So we'll add,
You want them gold or dark color?
no, golden brown is enough.
Yeah.
We add
Oh, yeah.
1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Well, let's see that the rice is
Oh,
done.
the rice is really boiling.
And can you like now get the aroma of the basmati rice? Yeah. That's what I like about basmati rice, the
Yeah.
aroma. You get this sweet, nice aroma out of it. Now when you add ginger garlic, you got to see that it's fried till the raw smell of the ginger garlic
Yeah.
goes off.
Yeah.
Because if you have the smell of ginger garlic in the food, it overpowers the other flavors and taste of the dish.
Yeah.
Now that the onions are nicely fried
Yeah.
and the ginger garlic paste is nicely fried,
Yeah.
we'll add the tomato puree to it.
I can smell them.
Yeah.
All together. Yeah. The combination
Now,
is really nice.
yeah. Now this is a store bought tomato puree. Usually it's preferable to use store bought because that's more red in color and we need to have this dish looking red. It gives a nice red color. But if you don't want, you can also make it at home. Just blend 2 tomatoes
Yeah.
and you can use that.
Sometimes I mix, I use the ready ones and I add 1 tomato. So I can-
Yeah.
yeah, it gives another flavor, like real flavor,
Okay.
which is really nice.
Now we'll add the spices to it. So
More spices. It's really interesting.
oh, those spices we put in the rice.
Oh,
Now the spices for the dal
the
makhani.
sauce,
So it's 1 teaspoon of red chili powder.
is that hot?
Now this chili powder used for this dish is known as Kashmiri chili powder. Kashmiri chili powder is red in color
Yeah.
and low on heat.
Oh, that's
So
better.
yeah, so it's not spicy at all, but you
Yeah.
can just put half teaspoon if you want. But it gives a nice red color.
Yeah.
So usually we use this one for dal makhani.
Yeah.
If you're making a spicy dish, you'll use other. There's this methi, some chili powder. That's very spicy.
Oh.
But the dish will not turn red, so you don't understand that that's spicy.
Yeah.
So now we've
It's like,
added.
this one is like the sweet chili powder.
Yeah, this
Like
is
it, similar.
not very spicy.
Yeah.
Then we'll put 1 teaspoon of garam masala. Now garam masala is used mostly in Indian cooking in most of our dishes.
Yeah.
Garam masala is also made of 7 spices,
Spices. Oh.
7 ground spices.
Yeah.
So it's made of coriander seeds, cumin seeds, nutmeg,
Yeah.
cinnamon, cardamom,
Yeah.
chili and black pepper. So now that we've mixed the spices,
Yeah.
we wait for the oil to separate from the tomato paste.
Ah.
So
okay,
that's
yeah.
when you know that the spices are cooked. So let's
Really
wait.
like a paste.
And let's see what's happening to our rice. Okay. So the rice is almost cooked.
Maybe we need to reduce the heat.
Yeah, we had it on reduced heat. Let's do 4. And we give it another minute. Like you see, the water is almost dried now.
Yeah.
So we give it another minute or so to cook. And then we just cover it up. So it cooks in its own steam. So our dal over here has also become nice and thick.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So this will start separating the oil
Yeah.
from this paste. And then we can add the dal to it. Now that I put the chili powder, it's so red now.
Yeah.
It's got a nice,
Yeah, it's
lovely
really
red
lovely color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the rice is almost over, so we garnish it with little coriander.
Do you want
Can
me
you
to chop it?
Chop some, please.
Okay.
And here the oil is separated from the
Is that enough?
paste. Yes, please. Yeah,
And
that's
how do you want it thin?
just
or
fine, just fine.
Fine.
It's just for garnish. I'll just add a pinch of salt. So we just put some on this to garnish, and the jeera rice is done.
Ooh.
So it will just cook it a bit on that stove while we are doing this. So now the masala is nicely cooked in this.
Yeah.
We will add the dal to it. Oops. Sorry.
Just be careful. It's getting better and better. The smell is really, really nice.
Thank you. I will just let it boil again now.
Okay.
So see, it's got a nice red color
Yeah,
to it now.
and it's
if you
more
see.
creamy. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gone creamy and it's got a nice red color to it.
Yeah.
And now this is all done. We just wait for a little while. So we have Karen here to talk. Karen, before you start, I'll just add one more ingredient.
Yes. What is that?
This is called kasuri methi,
Oh,
which is sun-dried fenugreek leaves. Yeah,
it's very
so we just
pungent.
Yeah, put a little bit to add to the flavor. You just crush it like this, and you put it before we start garnishing,
Yes.
and we give it a stir.
Such an interesting cook. All your spices and herbs and beautiful flavours. It's like a jewellery box in the kitchen. We have many spices that you've combined in the dish, and the beautiful colour of your chilli, the strong colours of the Indian spices. All of those things are very good for your immunity and keeping you very healthy all year round. Lentils, you can get black lentils, red, brown, green lentils. The red lentils are very easy to cook. You don't need to soak them, but some lentils are better soaked, and you've soaked your black lentils overnight. And again, we're talking about colours of food. All food has different colours and they all bring different things to your health. So the black lentils are incredibly good for you, particularly with the fibre content, the protein content. They're also very good for your heart health and reducing cholesterol. So, you know, there's a lot of good things for your money in a lentil really, and they're not expensive. So great to have in your cooking. You can add them to all sorts of things in your dishes, not just Indian cooking. They're a great food. So the lentils are also very high in potassium and folic acid, and potassium is one particular mineral that's often lacking in the Western diet, and bananas are high in potassium as well, for instance. Many plant foods are high in potassium, but a lot of people don't eat enough plant food and they don't get enough potassium. But the lentils are great for that. They're also a really good source of iron, plant iron. A lot of people think you need to eat meat to obtain iron, but there are many plants that have iron in them, and lentils in particular are a good source and helping to reduce fatigue. If you're feeling tired and you're a vegetarian or a vegan, probably increase the amount of lentils that you're eating. So lots of good things about your dish today, Florine.
So the dish is now ready. It's garnished, and we have this rice.
The rice looks
So
beautiful. What is the green in the rice?
the coriander.
The
we just
coriander.
garnished a bit with coriander. So I'll give you a little taste.
Now, this is important how the meal is served, because everybody has their own way of serving, don't they, in different cultures?
Yeah. Well, we have one community, like they have several dishes. So they have the small bowls.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, for a complete meal, they'll have veggies in one, dal in one, pickles in one.
cultures, regardless of where we come from, tend to use more salt in our cooking. To reduce salt in your food, it's a good thing to do it gradually. It's a bit like reducing caffeine as well as sugar. It's very hard to go cold turkey, so a little bit at a time. If you base your meals on as many fresh foods as possible, you'll find that you will avoid a lot of salt in your diet, because 75% of the salt in the Australian diet comes from processed food. The reason that there is such high concern for salt, it's linked with hypertension or high blood pressure that I'm sure everyone has heard of. High blood pressure is directly linked to cardiovascular disease and to stroke. Consider other ways to bring flavour into your dish if you feel that the dish is not tasty enough. Think of your curry spices, your fresh herbs, dried herbs, to really bring out the flavour in your dish. And you'll see some of these examples in the recipes today with people using fresh rosemary and sage, garlic, the sweetness of onions cooked down slowly to add flavour to your dish. And all of these things will help give you the road to a better health.